at least put it away. Shut it off. You're gonna drain the battery. It takes 3 AAAs. Those don't grow on trees. Shut it off. Come on. Gosh, so wasteful.
At last we will reveal ourselves to the Jedi. At last we will have revenge.
Glue leave. And then you could go top right. You could say, you could have this. You could have this loop. Glue leave. Glue. And then you could go something like this. And then you could just go glue leave. Wait, stop. Wait, let me shorten that up a little bit. Glue leave. Glue leave. Glue leave. Glue leave.
Close your eyes.
All right.
Feel this ship around you. Listen
I
to
can
her
feel
words.
it.
Hear the sound of the hand
Oh,
movements
hello.
training in the cargo hold. Her hands cutting the air.
She's standing there naked.
The
What is she doing?
welding of the
Dun 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 dun. Level 2 in cooking. Donna's learned the recipe for eggs and toast. Whoa, a fire. What? 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 Don discovered a fire. I'm on fire. What do I do? What do I do? Maybe your sim should put it out before it spreads out of control. I think you're too late, game. Really, I was looking for a Jordan-shaped hole because Jordan hadn't been streaming. If I can nail the hair and the beard, I can come back to doing all this. So there we go. We got it.
Like I was saying, great for lucky Jay. How's it looking there?
Actually, this time, not so bad. It's almost like I've done this before, and I know what to expect.
Good to hear. I know driving careful can wear on you a little bit.
What?
This is Sour Candy reaching
What?
for a grab bag.
What's happening?
Anyone out there to chat?
What's happening? No!
There she is.
No, what did you do?
Pretend I didn't say anything.
%? You're gonna hear this roar, and the camera's gonna zoom in. It's gonna zoom in on Jack Black, and he's gonna go, "My God, the Ender Dragon." Everyone's gonna say, "What was that?" He's gonna say, "The Ender Dragon." And then they're gonna show the Ender Dragon. I don't know what to do without the timer timing me, like counting down. It's like a natural way for me to actually hit end. I don't know how to do it otherwise. And get rocked. Oh no. And I have come to see you on behalf of Chodo Habit, our leader here. His name is Chodo. What's his name? Chodo? Why am I crying? What does Chodo want with me? Whew. Am I the only one? Please tell me.
You've been to the farmlands. There's a family, Ross, and close with him, with Ursa. They
With Ursa? Wait, what?
before all of this.
I didn't read that. Why, hello there. Good morning, everybody. It is April 8th, 2025. The time is 6 a.m., 5:59. My freaking clock is a minute late still. How do I fix it? Somebody tell me. In the meantime, the Phantom Menace this morning is Ursa Cat for the 76th time. Would have been the 77th time if somebody hadn't messed up yesterday. Am I right? Bebo? It's Bebo's fault. But congratulations. Good morning. Thanks, Ursa, and thanks for checking in as well. Also have a check-in from Reaper. Hello, good morning. And Old School Quarter. How's it going, gang? Let's see. How did the phone meeting go yesterday? It went just fine. I made it into the office before it started, so that was nice. I do not like taking work calls from my car. That's just ridiculous to me. I am not that important that I have to take work calls from my car. Let's be real. And I don't think I would. I think I'd just say I'm going to be late, you know, or I cannot attend. I'm not exactly a vital portion to that call, but it's kind of like I should be there as a presence from the very beginning. Anyway, yada yada, it's good for my career, all that kind of stuff. As he yada yada's past career talk. But anyway, yeah, it went all right. I made it in, and I don't have to do that again today, thankfully. So we'll be able to chill here, and then after we start, or after we end, I'll be able to just kind of like go check my emails, maybe have another coffee, get dressed, leisurely stroll into the office at 10 a.m. It's going to be great. I'll probably leave earlier than that, but yeah. Let's see. I think I slept okay, but I had dreams about Banj. Tell me more. Good dreams or bad dreams? As Bebo says, it's because he's been off. Well, yeah, I guess you can't help it that you were turned off. You know what? Touche. You know? Merce and I were helping Banj make some sort of cosplay for Bard. And I think helping him build furniture. That's pretty cool. I'm so into trash TV, I see 90 Days and I think 90 Day Fiancé. That makes sense, though. Morning non-citizen woke. I gotta use that as a title. MJ, good morning. It be pretty good so far. Oh, hold on. I can only slot a 2 dot or a 3 dot as I'm joining. You were too citizen sleeper brained. Twitch crash right at the 0 countdown? No way. That sucks. I am not that important, I swear. I promise. Despite my best efforts. It seems like people think I'm more important than I am. Also, no, never mind. That was going to be self-deprecating. Never mind. I'm not going to say it because then Ursa's going to get mad at me. So I'm just not going to say it. How about that? I was saying goodbye to you, but you're already gone. I guess I was saying goodbye to the ghosts making the floorboards creak downstairs. Oh no. You were like, goodbye, have a great day. And a voice yells up, you too. And you're like, that's not him. That's not Mirza. Oh, that kind of creeps me out. I have far too many completions to have it be called healthy. Nice. It's fun whenever we play a game like this. We always seem to find somebody who like has an unhealthy obsession with it. No matter what game we play, we usually have somebody coming in saying, oh, hell yeah, this is my jam. And I love that. I love that. Okay, so we got enough time today. We don't need to rush through. I'm going to go ahead and launch the game, though. Speaking of dreams, Ursa, I don't think I told you this, but I had a dream the other night, not last night, but the night before, about LootsCon. And that LootsCon was still happening, but yet because Loots was on a temporary break, even though he'll be back to streaming by the time LootsCon comes around, I had this dream that he also didn't show up to his own convention, which I found to be pretty funny. He was just not there, and it was a house full of people. And because he was not there, some people decided, well, then I'm not going to go, right? So then it ended up just being like, well, we need to fill the house. So it ended up just being random people. Just random people that I did not know, even though I'm not going. Just happened to be random people I didn't know saying, hey, yay, it's LootsCon. And like none of them knew Loots Magoots. I did tell him already. I may have messaged him and told him that. Yeah. It was funny. All right, here we go. Citizen Sleeper, continue. Where last we left off, we're only 15 cycles in. Wow. Whoa. But yeah, it was very funny. So like for some reason, I guess I changed my mind and I was able to go. But then it was just old, like it was just some dudes who didn't even know who Lutz Magoots was, and I'm like, it's Lutz Khan, guy. That was pretty funny. All right, Feng's Bay. What are we waiting on? The Ripper Worm. One more cycle for a Ripper Worm. Let's go in here. I've got a 2. Maybe I can use that. Spoiler, you're a citizen whom sleeps. Oh no. All right. We got some more Haven Age data. Wow, that's loud, isn't it? There we go. All right. Hello, Mez. Good morning. I don't have a 1 for that one. Anything else over here? I don't have a 1 for that one. Okay. So we're good in there. How much was this toll? 150. Okay, I gotta be careful because I do need some more medicine first, and that guy is running up his tab again. Maybe actually I could just let him drink himself into a stupor. You know, it cannot be good for him to continue this way. So should I make some more money? Yeah, let's haul some materials. I wonder if I should use this for... Let's use this one first. Work went just fine yesterday. It was a little, I was a little tired, but other than that, it went okay. And they're letting us out early. They let us out at 4, which is great. And I think today is going to be even better because I don't have to rush to work this time. All right, we got noticed. We're out of dice. Die. But now we're back here. We've worked our way back into the yard, so that's good. Okay, I think... should I go ahead and grab... While I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna go ahead and grab one of these stabilizers. All right. I won't use it just yet, but I'll probably use it pretty soon. Okay. I think that's it. Boom, let's go home. End the cycle. It was nice. I had to commute back home and then log back on to check to see if because I typically watch the email until 5. And there was something in the email box. But it wasn't bad. I was done by like 5:02, you know? Not bad. Okay. Now these... Oh, hey, Feng is ready. Hang on, let's talk to Feng first. One sec. Let me get my voice ready here. All right. As you arrive, Feng comes striding towards you, taking you by surprise. Let's go, Sleeper. He puts a hand on your shoulder and turns you back the way you came. Go where? To see Hardenhurst. He gives you a sideways glance. Isn't that what you're here for? He steps into the passageway, guiding you downring towards the shipyard. Sorry for the hurry, but we have something of an opportunity. The data you ripped, well done by the way, he grins, tells me Harden is making a rare inspection of the Sidereal Horizon this cycle. It's a perfect chance to confront him outside of that compound he hides in. Feng takes a sharp turn into a dimly lit passage. The Sidereal Horizon, I know about that. Still catching up, that's a massive colony ship being built out in the shipyard. Biggest commission Haven Age has ever had. I know that one. I should have not selected that then, huh? Bogan, good morning or afternoon or evening as it may be. The day was long, but all around really good for you. That's good to hear. Nice. Bogan, what are you up to? Feng slows and slips into a dark service tunnel where somewhere in the black, a white... I can't read this morning. A water pipe drips. It's him, Sleeper, the same Hardenhurst. Our worm ripped out decades of records that mentioned him by name, an entire trail of documentation from the first days of the Solheim collapse until now. He wrote out the whole thing, slipped into Haven Age when it first broke out off from the Union. How long ago was that? He paces in the tunnel, a hand rubbing at the back of his head. I need you to understand something about Solheim, Sleeper. I don't know what you know about the collapse, but it wasn't as instant as it sounds. It wasn't like Solheim was here, running the station one day, and the next Erland's Union took power. Back then, Solheim knew this place was slipping away from them. As the palladium market collapsed, they tried to keep the contractors here working. The pay got smaller, the costs got higher. People like my parents were forced to work non-stop just to keep a berth on the station and water in their tanks. Solheim squeezed every last worker until the accidents were coming in non-stop. And as new waves of contractors came in desperate for work, Solheim welcomed them, taking bribes instead of checking pilot licenses. The whole time Solheim was folding up, dragged into court cases in the central systems, while the severed limb of a station still desperately tried to take all it could. The riots came after the collision at Dock 2. A young pilot, his MEV overloaded with palladium, miscalculated his trajectory and took out a section of the ring. Oh no. Hundreds died. Thousands panicked. My parents told me they were terrified and the blame fell squarely on Solheim. Probably because they didn't check his license, right? Good morning, Clumsy. Thank you for checking in. How is it going? Mez, did I miss your check-in? I hope not. Thank you for checking in. MJ, you got your check-in this morning. Thank you. And Banj. Banj, somebody was having dreams about you recently. It's not my place to say who, but, you know. I love the trademark on the Goo Morning. Let's see. People like to tell stories about Erland, how he bought the factions together, spoke to the crowds, turfed out Solheim. Maybe that's true, but my mother, pregnant with me, locked herself in their MEV and wielded it to the dock while my father joined the improvised crews trying to seal up the ragged edges of the gap. He never came back. Oof. Feng pauses in the dark. They sealed it up though, and by the time they did, Solheim was gone, abandoning every one of us to the black. Apart, Feng finally turns back to you now, his eyes burning. From like Hardin, who held their place, wrote it out and slipped into the new structure like nothing had changed, standing shoulder to shoulder with those they had exploited at every step. He got radicalized, right? Not much. Had a very busy last few months, but guess what? I made my own indie game company, and I have a coder working for me, and I'm looking to grow the company. Bogan, that took off. Wow. Congrats. It's been very, very good. That's awesome. That's so cool. Are you still going to school too? Or is the idea so good that you just had to drop out to pursue your dream? Feng starts walking again. That's why I can't just let him strut about the shipyard. This time his past catches up with him. How is he still alive? Clearly, you don't know much about executives. That kind of power comes with certain benefits. Feng rejoins the main passageway, which is now wide and glass-roofed. Through the ceiling, you can see ships in mid-construction, their flanks lit by the flashes of plasma torches. The entrance to the shipyard is ahead. Let's go. Feng grins. Let's go show this poop head some consequences. He strides to the shipyard entrance and pushes through the doors. A web of corridors lead through the complex snatches of the construction bays, always appearing through windows. Ships are suspended like whale corpses, skeletal, imposing. I wish we could see these visuals. Feng seems to know exactly where he is going, and before long you cross into a huge dry dock, locked to one side of the sidereal horizon. The furniture part was funny. Like, oh, also while you're here, can you put together some IKEA for me? You're in the middle of uni right now. Excellent. Cool. A dream or a nightmare? Because I'd understand. That's funny. But guess who gets to show off a game at PAX this year? That's so cool, dude. That's so cool. PAX Australia, I guess, huh? Are you coming to the States? You gotta let us know. You gotta let us know when the game is in a state where you want people to play it. That's so cool. A network of platforms and scaffolding cling to the ship's hull, filled with workers and equipment. The sound is stretched out by the vast space so that the welding, cutting, and sealing seems to come from everywhere at once. Both you and Feng spot them at the same time, a group walking slowly across the gantry. And at the front, two men, one gesturing towards the ship and the other, stick-thin, cleanly dressed, with a shock of gray hair. Hardin. You and Feng say his name in unison, and Feng sets off up the staircase to the gantry with you following behind. As you come to the same level, the group is passing closer, the foreman gesturing to the work being done throughout the dock, and Hardin nodding along. Hardin Hurst, Feng shouts across the noise, taking you by surprise. His voice bounces and comes back in a rippling echo. The figures turn. Yes, Hardin asks quizzically, raising an eyebrow. He does this thing. He glances between you and Feng, and you see his gaze linger on your body, unsure of why a sleeper might be in this place. Everybody's checking out my body. Is this what it's like to be a woman? Does everyone just immediately check out your body? You're a traitor, Hardin, a Solheim executive who tried to hide here among its victims. Feng's voice is steady and strong. What's that like? You stand for everything the Eye was rebuilt in the shadow of, against everything Erland stood for, everything Haven Age stands for. You have no place on this station. For a moment, stillness descends on the group, as if everyone was held in place by the rattle of construction. Hi, Lars. Good morning. I imagine it's been busy. I've said that every game we do, it will be a one-buy game. No DLCs for more levels or more stuff, apart from skins and maybe some small stuff. That's nice, yeah. 6 voice actors for our first game and a band for the music. That's so cool. Dang, you're doing the thing. Nice. For a moment, stillness descends. We already read that. Hardin laughs. Well, good to meet you too. He glances around at those around him. Some are smiling, the others nervous. You're from the systems branch, are you not? Asks Hardin, inspecting Feng's clothing. Feng turns to the foreman. You need to call your security. This man is a corporate agent. The foreman glances between Feng and Hardin, his hands drumming at his sides. Hardin leans towards him and says something inaudible. The foreman nods. Stay silent. Feng holds up a stick of memory. You guessed right, I am Systems, and I have records that link you directly to Solheim right here. He turns to the foreman again. So once again, I'm asking you to take this man into custody of the shipyard. The foreman remains still, because there's no such thing as accountability, you know? Super Batman DC, hello, thanks for checking in. Hello. I have set a budget of $30K, but we're looking for funding, I imagine. Do you think, yeah, I mean, I would imagine with most budgets like that, you'll probably go over, right? Not to bust the bubble, but keep looking. You're gonna need it. That's cool. Yeah, that's very cool. Chasing your passions and your dream and doing the thing like that is very cool. There's gonna be no accountability for this guy. Hardin's voice is calm and measured. If you have such data, why hasn't it been submitted at a members meeting for proper review? He shakes his head. I have nothing to hide, unlike a man who does not announce his name, who enters my shipyard with corporate property in tow and tries to turn my own men against me. You hear it now, the echoing sound of boots on walkways, coming from all angles at once and then settling behind you. Please, says Hardin, submit the data through the correct channels, then we can talk. For now, however, you must leave. He gestures behind you to the security detail, their hands on boxy black sidearms at their sides. Boxy? Why are their sidearms boxy? Feng spits, hawk poor. Hardin, you poophead. You can't wriggle out of this one. What a sentence. A security officer draws their weapon and levels it. Feng turns and stares him down. I'm gonna calm him down. You look at Feng. He shakes his head and puts a hand on your shoulder. Let's go, says Feng, and he pushes through security, heading back down the walkway. Once security has walked you out of the shipyard and nudged you back into the corridor, Feng picks up pace. You try to keep up as he slips into the shadows of an entrance. Feng is grinning ear to ear. You know, Sleeper, sometimes people are exactly how you expect them to be. Something pings in his pocket and he takes it out. On the slate, a web of connections starts drawing itself out, stretching to the set points around the ring. Got him, mutters Feng. What's going on? What did you do? Hardin is doing what any snaky poophead always does. He's calling his friends. We're tracking his outgoing messages. Feng's grin looks ghostly in the uplight of his screen. The old ways are best. Spook him good enough and they'll give the game away. He did it on purpose. He's so smart. I feel like Palpatine talking to Anakin. Bogan will be watching your career with great interest. 30K is a lot. Yep. Until it gets to servers, yeah. Anakin Bogan Walker. Bogakin Game Walker? I don't kill younglings. I hope not. But you could. You have the potential. What a great idea for a video game. Okay, so let me pitch the game to you, okay? Now that you have a game developing company, let me pitch you the big idea. You know that scene in Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith? Master Skywalker, what are we gonna do? There's too many of them. That's the game. That's what we're gonna do. Anyway, he jabs at the slate and you see the web is being drawn over the map of the ring. Lines bouncing from point to point. All these dots, these are Hardin's buddies. The ones he's messaging right now. And we're gonna find them all. That was on purpose? Of course, Hardin isn't working alone. We need the full set or nothing. Feng glances around and slips the slate back into his pocket. We better split for now, Sleeper, but this is exactly what we need. Good hunting. With a pat on your shoulder, Feng drifts away back into the flow of people around the shipyard entrance. You watch him go, unsure whether to be angry or impressed. You already looked into doing something like that? Oh no. We've given him too many ideas. All right, we got upgrades available. Let's see, we can put a +1 into random scrap, cryo. Keep 2 dice even when condition is breaking. Interesting, that might be handy sometime. We have 2 upgrade points. So we could do something over here, which is 2 points, right? Something over here is 1, we could get 2 of that. I think we're gonna go hard to kill, just in case my condition goes down, because I have a feeling this is gonna get dicey later. No pun intended, dicey later on. All right, so what should we do? I should make more money if I can, because where's the guy? I got a couple cycles though. I do have a couple of cycles to go. All right. There's a 2. Let's go ahead and do this one. Okay, we got that one. And if there's a 1 in here, we'll use that. And then we'll use the 4 to hopefully make some money somewhere. 3, 1, there we go. 5 cryo, nice. So we got a little bit of money. All right, who wanted the Yadigan data? Was that? Yes, this was you. Data. There's also somebody else I could sell it to, but everyone's friend, pay your taxes, but I'll have to take my big head and look for that. All right, but tis. Luckily, I'll be able to get as many game keys for it. You will? That'd be nice. Hey, I'd totally play your game. For sure. Happy Goat, hello, good morning. Should I do more? I may not have been paying attention to what that gave me. Let me see. Does it just increase this? It does. Okay, well, let's do one more then, since we're about to fill it up. There we go. Done. All right. As you turn away from the terminal, the final cache of Yadigan data uploaded. The air crackles with white noise. Sleeper? Sabine's voice, weaker than before, comes through the haze. Sabine? Oh, excuse me. God. Hang on. There we go. Okay. Ugh. You mean giveaways? I'll do a giveaway. I'll take one, please. One giveaway, please. A sigh of relief comes from the layers of noise. The call must be coming in from somewhere on the station. This has to be short. I don't know if Yadigan are monitoring me. Their voice is hushed, distant. You try to focus on it. That's what I'm trying to do right now. Star Wars? Star Wars. Mm-hmm. Star Wars. Yes, absolutely. I agree wholeheartedly. Star Wars. By the way, Nan, how did BG3 go last week? I skipped last week because I was so incredibly exhausted from 2 days worth of 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. meetings. So I skipped last week, but we will play again tonight. We'll play again tonight because I should be in a good spot. Cool hat. Well, thank you, Bogan. Look at this. This is available at Nonder.com. This is the lower hat. Also kind of starting to become known as the Pre-Work Coffee Hour, or the Pre-Work Coffee Club logo. It's Minecraft Lego, people. It's available at Nonder.com if you want one. Let's see. A shrill. Okay, let's see. Let's start over. The data you've been bringing in from Yadigan agents, there's something in it I don't understand. A shrill howl rattles through the signal. This data is all gleaned from their implants, records of integration with their nervous systems, performance analysis, error rates, usage data. I installed many of those implants and I didn't enable any of this functionality. Their voice dips under the level of the noise, like a swimmer slipping beneath the water. You listen to the waves for a few seconds before Sabine reemerges. Has to be somehow baked into their Wetwares interface? And that's not all. The system compiling this data are connected to some kind of transmission protocol. It's being broadcast. Why? Every Yadigan enforcer is equipped with black market implants, retinal enhancements, adrenaline boosters, pain suppressors. These implants are gathering data on themselves, on the enforcers' bodies, on their performance. Why? I can't tell. Get data on this body. The voice going under the waterline, amazing. Good, what do you call that? Good writing. There's another word I was looking for, but that works. Yeah, good writing, yeah. I'll talk to you about it when the time comes. Good, that'll be great. So like they're talking about the radio waves, right? It works on a couple of different levels because it's a radio wave. Yet also it's like waves of the water. It works on multiple levels. You know? I have you on Discord? I think so. Double check. I think so. I think we've messaged before. But I can promise you these foot soldiers have no idea that this is going on. The background tone switches, dropping to a grainy rumble. If they knew, I don't imagine they would be happy with the situation. Yadigan could have a mutiny on their hands. Oh. Unless they like it. You lean towards the terminal, straining to listen to Sabine's faint voice. I need a few cycles to pull all this together, but this might be the information I need to pressure Yannick into releasing my debt. Stay silent. Suddenly, a banging echoes through the call. Sabine's voice is suddenly whispered, panicked. I have to go. Come back in 4 cycles. Then the sharp crack of a disconnect and silence fills the apartment. You step back from the terminal. What does Yadigan have to gain from monitoring its own members? You try to recall what you know about the gang, but you have little to go on. You think Toshiro, Sabine's minder, his mirrored teardrop implant set below hard eyes. What data could they be gathering, and more importantly, where are they sending it? You reflexively rub your forehead, trying to think, can you really trust Sabine? How did they come to be Yadigan's doctor in the first place? You think of their kindness, their care, but also that glazed look of recognition that they gave you when they first met you. That look stays in your mind as you slip back out of the apartment, glancing around as you close it up and drift into the corridors of the station, unable to shake the unpleasant sensation of being observed. Someone's watching me. I always feel like somebody's watching me. And something. Okay, I have 1 dice left. 1 die. Can I make any kind of money? What do you got going on over here? We're still waiting over here. Over here, we're still waiting as well. Yeah, we're still waiting. Let's see. Ethan's tab. We have 3 cycles left for that. That's nice. Do I go ahead and eat something? My energy is pretty low, but I'm also about to go to sleep. What are we waiting for here? Waiting for Sabine to be ready makes you anxious. If yet again finds out what they're up to. Okay. All right. I guess I'll go to the unit assembly. Aaron the Gamer checked in. Hello, Aaron the Gamer 24. And Persephone also. Hello, everybody. Ursa Cat. Also, I'm on the mat. What do you mean? Are you learning jujitsu now? What do you mean by that? Sabine Wren. Yeah, exactly. Ursa has a cat named Sabine as well. Sabine has been popping up in our orbit for a while now. Let's do engineer. Gosh. 75% chance to not be bad. Nice. Nice. 12 cryo. Okay, excellent. Leave. Okay. I think we can go to sleep now. And we'll just eat tomorrow. Get some more energy. Probably practicing yoga on the mat, maybe. I think of the I'll meet you on the mat as like a invitation to grapple. All right, let's go buy some food. Guess I could have bought some yesterday too, but yoink. Ooh, okay. Only halfway, huh? All right, fine. We're fading fast. I'm gonna probably go another cycle before I use my stabilizer though. Let's see, I have a 1 and 2. So I do not want to use those on anything important. There's a 3. People wants to wrestle with his little T-Rex arms. My arms. I don't know what to do with my arms. My head is big. Do you guys remember, what is that movie? Meet the Robinsons? Kind of an unironically funny movie. And heartfelt too, kind of makes you cry a little bit. Extract. All right. Uh-oh, he's coming. The hunter's coming. Leave. Ooh. I think he didn't get us. Let's see. I have items, data. I don't have any scrap or components for you right now. I have a big head and tiny little arms. Yeah. Oh man. All right. 50-50. Whew. How come we've played 2 games in a row that rely on like dice rolls? See that ship over here? There's a little ship out there. I guess it's gone now. I'm playing, so I played KOTOR 2, which relies on rolls as well, random rolls. I played Baldur's Gate 3, and now I'm playing this. Like, who am I? What am I doing? Do I dare just go ahead and buy some more food real quick? I don't know how much his... I am sure that his bill this time is going to be... I guess I probably didn't need to eat. Sends him out? I bet his bill this next time is going to be extraordinarily high. Or at least a little bit higher than the last one. All right, let's end the cycle. Sleeping takes some of your food anyway, so like I'd wake up this morning starving again, so at least I'm not starving. All right, let's go ahead and inject a stabilizer. We are now officially declining. My body has been repaired. We have one here, so let's go see if we can find some data. 2, that's a 2, that's a 2. What about you? No, no, no. There we go. I want to use these like smaller dice for stuff like this because I don't want to use it on the important stuff, you know? Back to the shipyard assembly. 100% positive. Let's go. Boom. We're almost there. One more tick. Well, we haven't done any quality control issues this whole time, which has been wonderful. Waiting halfway on Feng. We got one more tick for that. I'm gonna go ahead and eat. And then tomorrow I should get my full set of dice. And I'll try to make as much money as I can on the next cycle. Here we go. Let's see, what day is it today? It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. I knew that. It's Tuesday, isn't it? Ah, here we go. We got a scrap freighter. We can help unload containers. Okay, I don't want to buy any scrap right now. He's ready. I guess let's go see what he wants. The compressor's quiet today. The usual crowds are elsewhere, and the pumping music washes over a handful of spacers and a few drunks. It's going. You can hear it in the background. Ethan is still in the same stool in the same pool of light. I'll just let him drink himself silly. Heading into a meeting, wish me luck. Might be getting more money for the game. You're making the big moves. Good luck. Thank you for checking in. I hope you secure the funding. It's so cool. His head is low, close to the bar, and the bartender is ignoring him. What happens if I leave? Ah, dang it, this is ridiculous. You go to turn, but Ethan calls out, "Sleeper." He turns to look at you. Time to pay up again, is it? He gestures to the bartender. Come here, take their shh. I want to see what happens. Let's see. The bartender ignores Ethan. It seems they've cut him off. Hey, he slams a hand on the bar. Come take the chance. The bartender ignores him. Ethan lets out a huge sigh, rubbing his eyes with his palms. He reaches toward his holster. Just let him get in trouble. I think that's what I'm gonna do now. His elbow slips and the gun tumbles out and clatters on the bar and falls to the floor, bouncing onto the ground between you. Oh no, should I take it? Both you and the bartender look at the gun, stare at it. Oh no, what do I do? Butterfingers, says Ethan, and puts out a hand, beckoning for you to give him the gun back, if you would. Your gun was your only bargaining chip. The bartender looks at you warily. You crouch down and pick up the gun. What do I do? I kind of want to point it at him. Like, this is a great opportunity. And I hate him, like, a lot. But the bartender is going to probably get me in trouble, right? Like, I think you're right, Ursa. Like, this is an opportunity, and he's so full of himself that he thinks I'm just going to be like, of course, here's your gun, Mr. Ethan. But come on, you know? I have a history of making the right choices in games. Good morning, Bebo. You've already said good morning. You've already been here, but good morning. Ethan turns his head in your direction a little, a sharp, pale eye locking with yours. The bartender backs away. Oh, he turns on the stool. Oh, sleeper. He stands. This is more like it. Should I just shoot him? It's gonna be empty. It's gonna be empty. It's gonna click. And he's gonna be like, you're gonna pay for that kind of thing. He probably planned this whole thing. Pull the trigger. You don't wait. You pull the trigger. The gun clicks. By now, all the attention in the bar is on you and Ethan, who looks at his gun with a bemused expression. The bartender raises an open hand, and in it are 10 shiny bullets. 10 shiny bullets he took out of Ethan's gun while he was asleep on the bar. Ah, dang it. Ethan smiles at the bartender. Oh well, he says, and grabs the gun, slamming it back into your face in a single move. Ow. You stagger back and drop to a knee. Somewhere nearby, the gun clatters onto a surface. The hit's a glancing blow, but it makes your vision swim. Through the blur, you see Ethan wrestle a small, thin slate from his belt and hold it up. Enough of this. I'm logging the job and calling it in. Ethan taps the slate. No more playing. Your head aches. Ethan taps through a few screens impatiently. He swears and taps again. He starts shouting, a dull echo to your ringing ears. He starts screaming at the slate and throws it across the bar. He crouches down and grabs you by the chin, his face close, his breath heavy with drink. S&ARP just screwed me. He grins maniacally. They canceled the contract. What? He stands up. They canceled the contract, he shouts at the ceiling of the compressor. You stand up, struggling to your feet, the sting of the hit fading. Ethan is rubbing his temples, his face pale. You hear a clicking sound like coins being counted, like bullets being loaded into a magazine. When you shake off the last of the blur, the bartender has Ethan's pistols trained on Ethan's head. Let's go. Ethan stumbles back towards the middle of the room, all eyes trained on him. I'll kill all of you, he screams. He stumbles into the wall, spinning away towards the door. I'll be back for that, he shouts at the bartender and lunges out of the compressor. You steady yourself on the bar and catch your breath. The rumble of conversation returns. Everybody goes back to normal. The bartender goes to say something, but then he thinks better of it and begins to clean the bar. After a while, you wander out into the light of the bright market, looking for Ethan around every corner. Oh no, now it's worse. Now I don't know where he is. Ethan's vendetta. Ethan may be disarmed, but you doubt you've seen the last of him. That's a lot of cycles, though. All right, at least I don't have to pay his tab anymore. I can actually go make some cash. Speaking of, we're gonna do a little bit of this 50-50 unload containers. Yes. Do I dare? I think I dare. Okay, my condition went down 1, that's fine. I mean, it's not great, but it's okay, you know? Ams checked in. Hi, Ams. How's it going? Good morning. Happy Tuesday. He starts... What kind of game is this? Oh, it took a turn. It took a turn for sure. What can I do at the administrator's office? Tracking yet again. Okay, I can give them... I could give him some. Let's give him some. For money? For money? Sure. Okay, 10 cryo. I'll do one more. That'll get me 20. That'll at least pay for my food for the day. So that's great. That's cool. In fact, I should probably just eat right away, right? I don't think there's anything holding me back now. I can't remember if they said my energy like helps in my dice rolls or not. I know it's not good to be low on energy, but I don't know. I'm just lurking while folding laundry. Cool. That's cool. This is a very good game to kind of lurk on. I don't know if everybody likes that or not, but if you're gonna lurk, this is the game to do it on. Let me leave for a second. I'm gonna go out to the eye. And see if I can use this onesie twosies out here. Here's a 2. I have a lot of Haven Age data. I wonder what I'm supposed to use that for now. I should look around. I should look around and see what else I can use that for. Or maybe there's a place that will buy it, much like the gang data. Extract. We got more yet again data. I mean, I think I'll sell some more of that then, right? Because Sabine doesn't need anything right now, so I might as well sell it, right? What? Data? Might as well sell a couple, huh? I'll keep one just in case. I'll keep one. Just in case I have a need for it. Boom. And 50-50, here we go. Ah, yes. Yes. We filled that up. All right. Each shift, a crowd of would-be workers gathers outside the shipyard, each of them clinging to a 4-digit number printed on a receipt paper. Just like the kind of receipt paper you get when you subscribe to Spooky Deer. These are their assignment numbers. You're either called for a shift or you aren't. As you arrive, the crowd is restless and chatter rumbles through the lines. For those who, like you, have graduated to the work team, shifts are guaranteed. Having just walked out of a meeting with a supervisor where you were praised for your efforts, you feel the glow of a job well done. They got you. They gave you the pat on the back and literally nothing else. You can't help but feel empathy for those huddled as you pass, waiting for their number to come up. You keep your head down as you leave the shipyard, feeling a little guilty as you do. Hey, sleeper, wait up, it's Lem! Lem's voice trembles as he shouts above the rumble of the crowd, and you turn to see him pushing through, Mina crying in his arms. Oh no. Lem, good to see you, friend. He is breathing hard after shouldering through the waiting workers. You made the work team, good for you. He tries to catch his breath, stroking Mina's hair as he does. Shh, baby, give me a second here. He smiles weakly at you as he comforts her, and her cries start to fade. Out of the crowd, he sets Mina down by his side, shiny streaks down both of her cheeks. I can't take crying kids, man. As he does, you see he is clutching an assignment number on a crumpled piece of paper. Are you waiting for a shift? Or is Mina okay? Gosh, is Mina okay? She's good. We just had to rush up here. Puts his hand on her shoulder and she clings to his side. Esther, who usually takes her, is sick. He stretches. I don't know. A noise sounds from the entrance. A klaxon. He goes, followed by a list of numbers growing brightly on a display screen. The crowd responds instantly, pushing and pulling as people try to wade to the entry checkpoint. Lem stops and turns back towards the crowd, then glances down at the crumpled paper. That's my number. Mina, he starts patting the pockets in his gear, glancing around. Go, I'll watch her. He blinks a little, staring. Thank you, He crouches to Mina. You're gonna stay with our friend here, okay? They're gonna keep you safe, and he stands back up. Here, take her bag. He shoves it into her hands. She's got food, she's got food, she's got I have to go. He backs away into the crowd. Mina, I'll be back real soon, okay? Be good. Then Lem disappears into the roiling crowd who are now trying to get into the shipyard before it locks down. I wouldn't leave my kid with a stranger. Mina stands staring, suddenly small without Lem at her side. She fixes you with a dark-eyed look you can't quite read. Hey, Mina. She holds a stare, unmoving. The two parallel tear tracks still glint on her cheeks. Are you okay, Mina? She sniffs and looks down. Look in the bag. You unlatch the top of the bag and see a few metal containers fashioned from scrap components. A battered slate sits on top, blinking a low battery warning, and tucked beside is a ragged rabbit, hand-sewn. Take the rabbit? You pull the rabbit out of the bag, its long limbs waggling as you do. Mina goes to jump and grab it, but holds herself back. She stands and hugs herself, eyes on Rabbit. Give her the rabbit, man. You hold the rabbit out and Mina snatches it from your hand. She hugs it tightly without looking away from you. Bun Bun, she says, staring you down, ferocious despite her size. Hi, Bun Bun. You move a little closer as you speak, closing the gap. He doesn't speak, she says. She looks at you suspiciously, but her face softens a little. She waggles Bun Bun in front of you and then walks him up your arm and onto your shoulder where he sits. This is funny because this reminds me of, you know, that he doesn't speak thing. Zeke does that same thing. It's like you're playing with him and you say something, he's like, no, that's not how it works. And then yesterday, I'm finishing up work here after I got home, finishing that email, and he comes in and he says, do you know that there's some animals that talk? And I was like, they talk like in English? And he's like, yep. And I was like, not really, buddy. The animals don't talk. He goes, yeah, yes, yeah-huh. What about the birdies who talk? They talk and they speak in English. And I was like, oh, you know what? You're right. I didn't think about that. Okay, fair. I was like, you're right. You're right. She pokes your arm a couple of times. Are you really a robot? Sort of. Yeah, she thinks, me too. Mina has more questions, lots of questions. Questions about how you breathe or if you rust. But before long, you're talking about rabbits and what Esther, the lady who usually takes her, smells like, and whether or not fairies live in the eye's heating pipes. You pass the time like this, sitting side by side on the floor of the walkway as others pass by, sometimes talking, sometimes drawing on the slate, sometimes playing with Bun Bun the rabbit. And this is how Lem finds you, just as both of you are starting to yawn. He's dirty and tired, but Mina leaps up his legs and into his arms as he stumbles backwards. I thought he was going to be gone for like a long time. You two get on okay, he asks, trying to keep Mina from climbing onto his shoulders. More than okay. Mina shoots you a smile from Lem's arms, her suspicion gone. Well, looks like Meanie can be nice. He pokes her in the ribs and she squeals in delight. Thank you, friend. I mean it. He gives you a warm, wide smile. I owe you. Give me your money. Pay your babysitters, dang it. Oh, thank God he came back. Yeah, right? I was worried too. Look, he glances around. It seems like Esther, the lady who usually watches her, is going to be out for a spell. If you ever have some time, I'd really appreciate you coming down to our place in the low end. He grins sheepishly. If you have time. Are we falling in love? But now I have to take this one to eat. He plays at biting Mina and she giggles in response. See you, sleeper. He waves and they stumble off down the corridor, drawing gazes from passing spacers as Mina's laughter echoes down the corridor in bright squeals. I thought she was going to be with us for like a few days, not just like a few hours. New drive discovered. Help Lem work. Cool. I can babysit the kids so that the man can go work. Great. I need to get this tracker out of me. All right, let's see what the hull. You've been promoted to the assembly team working on the hull itself, welding the fabricated blocks of the ship into place. A vast job. I need a skill. I need to upgrade my engineer skill before I can do that. Okay. Fair enough. Fang's Bay. We need one more cycle for Fang. Okay. One more cycle. Coleman just checked in for the 148th time. Congratulations. I have nothing left. Wait, why don't I have any? Did I use all my dice, guys? I got nothing? I got nothing in the tank? I guess that took my whole day watching her. I guess that's the idea. Weird. I thought I'd still get to use my dice, but... Well, shoot, I should have said no. I got money to make, dude. Alright, leave. Ooh, Hardin. Hardin wants to talk, huh? Alright, let's see what Hardin has to say. It's been more than a few cycles since Fang confronted Hardin, and the silence has been noticeable. In your time with Fang, you haven't exactly found him to be reliable, but you did expect to hear the end of whatever plan he put into action. But if he won't come to you, you think, as you approach the Haven Age building, then it's time to come to him. After all, he did promise to fix your tracker, and you're getting nervous. As you approach the bay doors, you see them wide open, and light pouring out of the once dark room. Stacks of servers and terminals sit outside the bay, suddenly robbed of their mystery by the bright flood lamps. A figure in Haven Age security fatigue steps out of the bay as you get closer, carrying a stack of hardware. Approach. As you get closer, you see the security officer tapping up machines from Feng's stash with what looks like hazard tape. Uh-oh, this isn't good. you again. Hardin is there, leaning beside the bay entry so calmly that you barely notice him. He has a slate in his hand, an inventory of seizures scrawled across it. Oh, seizures like things that they've seized, not... Anyway, predictable. Further evidence of Feng's collusions. You see another security officer come out of the bay and take notice of you. Hardin? Hardin pushes away from the wall and comes closer. Don't worry, Sleeper. We have all the evidence we need. A confession won't be necessary. He gestures around the stacks of hardware, spying on fellow Haven Age members, hoarding Solheim materials, an obsession with corporate data. It speaks for itself, does it not? Stay silent. Nothing to add. He looks up at the glass roof above and the stars beyond. We are the ones that provide the oxygen you are breathing, the light you are seeing, the systems you use every day to live out your cycles. This place was hard fought for, Sleeper. It took work, diplomacy, and strength to stop the Eye descending into chaos after Solheim collapsed. Not blind conviction or self-interest. You're the self-interested one. More accusations. What have you achieved, Sleeper? Your entire existence is proof of your self-interest. Signing yourself over to be emulated rather than work yourself. Whether you remember it or not, you suffer from the same short-sighted perspective as the person you were copied from. The venting of hatreds. Bibo, whoa. Whoa. You see, Sleeper, we are proud of our history here. Andre Erlin and the First Union founded this place, and Haven Age has welded his values into the station's very walls. We trust in... I skipped a word. We will never turn away from the hard work, the just, the true citizens of the Eye. The hard-working, the just... I can't read, guys. Haven Age aren't like a gang. Haven Age aren't a gang like Yadigan. We aren't pirates, like half the spacers you'll meet in the hub, or esoterics like those Hiffa radicals in the Greenway. We are the backbone of this place, proud and true. We named Erlin's Eye, Sleeper. This is our station. He meets your eye. So please, take your false accusations elsewhere before I decide I need that confession after all. Pardon, you're a poop head. I'm gonna just stay silent. I don't have a dog in this race. If you have any pride, you'll give up Feng the moment he contacts you. You know where to find me. With that, Hardin turns his back and walks back towards the security officers, ordering them to continue the clear out. As they do, something catches your eye among one of the server stacks, a crumpled hand-printed box of synthetic chewing gum, a penguin character grinning from the brightly colored card. Scrawled into it, a speech bubble reading, "Take me to Tambor." Take it. You carefully pocket the box, making sure no one's watching, and then turn away just as another stack of servers is wheeled out of the bay. What have you done, Feng? What the hell is Tambor? The hail? The hail? Alright, we got a bunch of die. Sabine's ready, though. Let's talk to Sabine. 4 cycles, Sabine said, and here you are, right on time with no sign of them. You wait a while in the apartment, the dread descending as the cycle spins onward. They should be here. Check the terminal. Good morning, Kelt. How's it going? You check and double check the terminal for messages or recordings. Nothing, just the pale glow and the silence. Check the door. You pace back and forth around the apartment, the rumbling of the station, suddenly so present and so loud. You go to the door and open it to an empty corridor. You close it again. You try to settle down, to wait. You sit on the bunk and stare at the tiny room. Where the hell are they? A knock at the door. Stay still. Another knock. Stay still. Boom! A flash, small, impossibly bright, cuts through the handle of the door. It soundlessly swings open. A figure stands in the door, and immediately you know it's not Sabine. They are taller, sharper, and something in their face glints in the half-light. A dark shape, like a stubby baton, hangs loosely from her hand. Rabia? Our local sleeper. Good to finally meet you. She steps into the apartment, glancing around with sharp eyes. What, may I ask, are you doing here? She fixes you with a steady, unwavering stare. Waiting for a friend? Of course, a mutual friend of ours, the good doctor. She walks past you into the apartment, glancing around. Thanks for checking in, Kelt. How many times is that? 10 times. You're moving on up in the world. We set them up here, you know. This place is one of ours. She picks up a glass from the dispenser and inspects it. People always seem to forget who put them where they are. She glances at you, and I suppose you are here to help? Where are they? I was hoping you would be able to help me with that. Well, she spins a baton on her fingers by her side, her eyes not leaving yours. We have a problem, you and I. It seems our friend has disappeared, left without even saying goodbye, which means they're in a little trouble now. But it's the kind of trouble that you need help for, so I thought I'd come down here and take a look at their little hidey hole, and here you are, the help. She looks through the detritus? Yes, I know that word, on the side. And what help, a sleeper no less, which I have to admit is a little surprising. It suggests to me that our friend hasn't been very honest with you either. What do you mean? Well, I'm sorry to report that before we got them set up here, Sabine was working for your owners, SNARP. Not super surprised. You blink hard at the news, unsure how to take it. Rabaya looks away, waiting for a response. I worked for SNARP. Like, why am I surprised by that? Prove it. Happily, she crosses into the next room and you follow silently. She sits at the terminal and touches her baton to one of the access ports. A spark, then the terminal screen skips, encrypted folders emptying themselves before your eyes. In the flicker of files, you see SNARP letterheads and code forms, reports laden with medical data marked with the corporate logo like the sigil of some cult. Rabaya steps away from the terminal. Look all you want. Some of your files may even be there. The volume of documents is overwhelming, but they seem to be mostly reports on early emulation tests, surveys with sleeper candidates, reams and reams of usage data. If Sabine was an SNARP employee, why did they help you? Rabaya reaches over and places a vial of stabilizer on the desk, breaking your concentration. It shimmers in the screen light. It's viscous, clear liquid crystalline within the glass. Viscous. Knock, knock. Hello. It is a neat character model. I don't know what's on the arm here, but I wonder if it, like, you see how it's kind of like an exoskeleton underneath and then covered with something? Knock, knock. Thank you for checking in. How you doing today? Knock, knock. Who's there? It's knock, knock 8788. Get it? We will, of course, keep up the supply. We're more than able to dispense important medicines, even without the doctor. You hold it between your fingers, and for a tiny moment, you have the urge to crush this object for the power it has over you. I'll ask Toshiro to make those a little cheaper for you. That'll be nice. He'll be running the surgery now. Rabaya closes up the briefcase lab and holds it at her side. We have to retrieve our assets, of course, but I'm sure you understand. Rabaya turns on her way out. There's no reason for us to be enemies, Sleeper. Come see me. I keep an office nearby. We have good work to do, you and I. Meet me there in a few cycles. She slips out silently into the corridor, and you look around the apartment and feel the fear drain out of your body to reveal the tiredness beneath. Oh boy. Oh boy. Poor Sabine. Alright, so we're waiting a few cycles for this. You need to wait your turn, okay? I still have not, tried to go up this thing. I guess I don't understand why I need to even try? Let's see what happens. Well, I'll do one. Spoke climber. The only way to explore is verticality. Okay, well, we'll try some more later then. Let's go in the meantime and make some more money. Start. Boom. 15 cryo feels like a fortune. But I want it. I want it all. Okay. Oh, and look, I did actually get that stabilizer for free. That's pretty nice. Let's just do it. Let's just get more money. Boom. All right. And then for the twosies, I like to look out here and see if there's a twosie out here for us. Onesie twosies. Is BB hungry this morning? No, BB ate. Wow. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Oh, is little BB hungry? No, BB ate. Knock, you're amazing. Marry me. I thought you were already married. House Ursa's getting bigger. It's expanding. I'll be here again tomorrow. You've done your duty. What can I do with this Haven Age data? There's got to be something I can do. There's got to be something. What kind of data do I have? I have one of those. I got Fenn's gum box. Take me to Tambor. Who or what is Tambor? That is the question. I have anything else I can do there? Yet again, dispensary. It's only 80 now. That's very nice. I'm gonna hold off though because I got one already. Lem and Mina's unit. Lem can't work shifts in the shipyard unless someone watches Mina. You two seem to get along last time, and Lem is desperate. Okay, it's a safe action, thankfully, but I don't have any dice left right now, so we'll have to try that tomorrow. Okay, I think we're good. We're good to end the cycle. All right. Ursa's a shh. Don't tell knock knock. Hey, I mean, in the US, I don't think you can be married to more than one person, but like theoretically you can be, right? Okay, hold on. Before I do anything, let's go eat at Emphasis Stall. Get our energy up. There's a place in Utah in the mountains. Is it legal? Well, I guess they have to like get around it, right? You're probably only legally married to one person, but then like, you know, do what you want. Excuse me. Freight operator. Skill upgrade required. Steal a shipment? No way. No way, not me. I guess we could climb a spoke again. Same thing. Let's try it. Yes. Okay. Neutral outcome. I was like, yes, neutral outcome. Let's go. I guess we could go babysit, huh? I haven't watched enough TLC to know the ins and outs of polygamy. It sounds like too much work, if you ask me. Seems some cul-de-sacs have people who do that. Maybe. If you're with someone who doesn't like a good Star Wars joke, you're looking in all the wrong places. Well, good news there. Mr. Mursa loves a good Star Wars joke. Start. All right, there, you can babysit. Boom. You know what? I got a lot of money. Let's let him go a lot more. Boom. 50-50. Nice. Look at that. Look at that. We almost got him out. He'll qualify for the lottery. A lottery? Lottery? Mother lottery. I miss Loots and Goots. Okay, that's all my die. I'm doing pretty good. Like money-wise, I'm okay. This has one more cycle to go, so I probably want to do more of that tomorrow. Just before it leaves, you know? He loves a good joke, which is why he married me. You're a good joke? We're flickering. Let's go eat. Get our energy up for the day. Eat some of that spiced fungus. Fungus fan. All right. All right. Oh no, actually that one left. That was the last cycle. Shoot, it leaves right as the cycle fills. That sucks. Okay. Buy a ship mine fragment. 60 cryo. I could probably actually use that. I know I need one of those. All right. Plus limited supply. So let's see. Gain access to the Ort Fabricator. Few fragments you can build a ship mine core. So I'll wait. I don't want to buy another one right now. Ursa says, I'm a fun guy. It's a shame they didn't name you Gus. You could be Fun Gus. Fun Gus Among Us. Jeez, all these puns. You're not a joke, but you love jokes. Yeah, of course. Let's see. That's gonna like eat away my cost here. What's this? What's going on here? Take several cycles. Okay, nothing to do there. I don't have the necessary skill to continue this. Darn. Oh, I do have upgrades available. Wait. Go back. Hold on. What do I need? I need engineer. I need an engineer upgrade. Engineer. Do I just have to take any of these? Do I take any of these? Will that work? Wait, what is... Oh, hang on. Let's go back. Koro, what's up? How's it going? I love how this is how I start my mornings. That's the whole thing. That's the reason we're here. Welcome to the club. I forgot I had 2 loads to do. Oh no. Only 2 though? That's actually pretty good, right? For a family? You didn't cram it to one overloaded load? Yeah, that was the first load. Oh man. It would be that first one that says engineer, wouldn't it? Well, I don't know. It does. This is an engineer skill. I already have this though. But do I just +1 it? I don't want to spend the point if I'm not entirely sure. I guess it has to be, right? It has to be? I'm surprised you're up, Coral. I am too. It's good to see him. Wow, and there it is. There it is. I have to drop my boy off at school today, so I'm up early. School? Who's going to school? Spooky's in office today and still doesn't have his license. He needs to get that license going. Come on, man. Let's see if that worked, Coleman. It did. It worked. You've been promoted to the assembly team working on the hull itself, welding the fabricated blocks of the ship into place. A vast job. Look at all that. Look at all the things we have to fill. Holy cow. Boom. Well, that got me 2, so, you know. 50-50. Yes. Make sure to pack his lunchbox with enough juice boxes and fruit snacks. Spooky has to go into the office. Oh no, what does that feel like? I'm so happy they changed it to be 10 a.m. Oh, it's so much more doable, guys. All right, so since I only have these onesies left over, let's go out here. Yeah, let's grab some of this stuff right here. Gotta put a banana in there too. He needs that potassium. He needs so much potassium that it's coming out his Never mind. I eat so much potassium, it's coming out of my potassium. Uh-oh, the hunter. Hey, it didn't get me that time. Interesting. Okay, I guess there's a random chance. Minnesota hates his blind. Oh no, is it because of that? Oh, so now I feel bad. Now I feel bad. Now I feel bad. Now I feel bad. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Or to exchange. I'm new here, but the vibes are good. We love the vibes here. We operate mostly on vibes, so I'm glad that you picked up on that. What is the game about? So basically, I am playing. It's kind of like an RPG, dice rolling, almost kind of like a board game, right? I'm getting board game vibes a lot, but basically, you're a person who has uploaded their consciousness into a robot, and then you woke up on this station after some kind of accident. I don't really know fully yet what happened to us before the events of this game, but we're basically going around using our action dice to complete different actions, get money, stay alive, help people on the station, do stuff like that. I'm out of dice now, so I actually can't do anything else. It says I can sell components of which I have none. We could sell the Yatagan data though. Where is that? This place. I don't know what this is doing, if this is like helping Haven Age or not, but it gives me money, so like why not, you know? Wish I could do more than one at a time. But anyway, welcome in. No, it's okay. We went to the eye doctor and they're like, yep, still blind, but cleared him to drive. Okay, so there is still a little aspect of him just not doing it yet, right? Yeah, Nan, hey, we have a new person here who said the vibes were good, so let's keep that up. You gotta tamper that down. Yep, still blind. He didn't regenerate his eyeball, huh? I have a life, Ursa. He does. It's like Nada reading us a bedtime story. Are you falling asleep? Am I boring you? The state apparently has mailed the license, but it was over a week ago. Jeez. Okay, so the problem's always the state, isn't it? Yeah. My friend who works at the post office said there's a country delay, there's a country delay with mail all across the whole country. Wow. Hopefully he didn't throw the envelope out. Oh no. I lost sleep over that quit. I too look up how to get a real ID and see if I need an appointment. My GF and I are nervous about going to the DMV alone. I have to check my ID and see if it's a real ID or not. I think it is, because I think it has that star on it, right? You're gonna renew together just to have the company? That'd be cool. I wouldn't doubt it. It's just unfortunate because I have not communicated with him at all. They're just like, we sent it, leave us alone. He's been so diligent and proactive with the whole process, and then he still gets... Okay. He's not the type to put things off. He always takes care of things promptly. So maybe I'm projecting a little of myself on that. I currently have 3 bills over here that I need to pay, and I've been putting them off. Not because I don't have the money to pay them, just because when they're not here and I'm not here, the bills don't exist, you know, and I forget. Lily, do you like Star Wars jokes? I wish he'd take care of me promptly, Cora. I mean, what? Whoa. My friends keep trying to force me to watch it, but I've been too busy. You're on that AMS life. AMS is like good answer. It's definitely not a requirement. We are not a Star Wars. This is not a Star Wars channel, okay? This is not a Star Wars. Okay, maybe it's like 40% Star Wars. Maybe 60. But it's not a requirement. As long as you aren't toxic about it, that's all I care about. You know what I mean? I might as well sell all of it, right? I'll sell it all. MRSA, hi hottie. Whoa, I didn't get. Just gonna get okay, I can't do anything else because I'm out of dice. So then I have to end my cycle, end my day. Oh, complete active scenes. There's more scenes though that are active. Let's go see what the scene is. Where's the scene? This one, Rabaya. As you approach the address Rabaya gave you, a heavy hand falls on your shoulder. What's your business here? The enforcer grips your shoulder, giving a hint of the strength her implants give her. As you turn, you see the same subsidiary eyes as Rabaya and Toshiro glinting like mirrors on her cheeks. Jaya, please, the sleeper is here by my invitation. At Rabaya's command, the hand immediately loosens, and an apologetic look replaces a scowl on Jaya's face. Of course, I'm sorry. Am I saying it right? Would you say it Rabaya or Rabia? Like Rebecca? Rabaya? I don't know. This person waves her away. Don't you worry, I appreciate your protective instincts. She smiles at the enforcer. How about you head to the Tambor? That's the name of the thing we've been looking for. They have a delivery coming and they'll need some help with the lifting. Jaya nods and walks away. The Tambor is a ship. So, sleeper, you came. I'm glad. Didn't feel like an offer. I'm sorry for that. She smiles a tight smile. You have to understand, finding you there in Sabine's unit, I wasn't sure where we stood. There are more than a few people on this station who would rather I was dead, but I had to be sure you weren't one of them. Oh, she's a Yadigan. I didn't read this before. She's a Yadigan lieutenant. I've been selling all of their data to the cops. I wonder if she knows that. You know it's empty flirts unless I'm talking to Spooky or Coleman. It's never empty with Coleman. Not that I don't think Mirza's hot, but I respect Ursa. I wouldn't care if he did flirt with him. I know he's only got eyes for me. Also because he's afraid of me. That's why he's got eyes for you. That's funny. That's funny. You're okay with Koro calling Mirza hottie. It just gives you more like, just builds you up, right? Because you're like, yeah, he is, and he's with me. The art style in this game is so nice. It is. It is. It's very nice. All of them as you were adjacent enough to cause like safe versus save. Okay, Bebo. You have eyes for just about everyone you've met on Twitch. Eyes. All right. I'm sorry for that. She smiles a tight smile. You have to understand, finding you there in Sabine's unit, we already read this. Not yet. She laughs. I like your sense of humor, but let me ask you a serious question for a moment. Rabaya begins walking and gestures for you to walk with her. She takes you down a staircase into a bustling walkway of the low end. What do you know about Yadigan? I'm just gonna say nothing. Come on, sleeper, human me. I know, human me, sleeper. Humor me. I know we have a reputation. People with carts push past, moving crates of supplies around the thin and winding passages. Our reputation is one that implies a threat. Is that fair to say? We're framed as aggressors, parasites, criminals, probably because of all the crime we do. She gestures around at the people in the passageway. But when was the last time you saw a lawmaker on the eye? A policeman? Who makes the laws here? Haven Age, I guess? Yes, they'd like you to believe so, don't they? By claiming a lineage that extends back into Erland's Union, they assume the burden of authority. But they have no authority here out past the Bright Market, where few work in their shipyard or pay for their docking berths. If you had spent your time in the low end, maybe your opinion of us would be different. This is our place, our people. The low end was empty in Erland's time. They didn't need to house thousands, and keeping the yards and the rotunda safe was work enough. No, the low end was reclaimed later, when the refugees started arriving. Rabaya meets your eye. The collapse didn't just happen here on this station. When Solheim collapsed, the entire system felt it. Colonies were abandoned. The moons of Ember and Cinder suddenly gained independence overnight. Some took advantage, some tried to hold it together, some fled. The Eye became a refuge, and Erland, to his credit, extended an open hand to everyone. But many within his organization disagreed, and those new arrivals weren't as simple to corral as they'd hoped. Rabiah leads you through a small market hall busy with small stalls and traders. Mood. All right, let's keep going. Erland's union was made of workers, administrators, people who were malleable and already organized into hierarchies and networks. The refugees came from different factions and families, were scarred, injured, desperate. Conflict was inevitable. Yadigan is a child of that conflict, a child born out of the need for us to stand up and claim our future, to provide security, strength. People call us a gang, but we're a community. I take my position as lieutenant seriously, and from my birth I have worked to earn it. Rabiah catches herself before she raises her voice any further, and you both walk in silence for a while, among the smells and textures of the low end. You start to wonder if this place could be a home for you too. Am I siding with the gang? Where is Sabine? Rabiah sighs and takes a moment to answer. I told you, Sleeper, they have gone, and we do not know where. I understand Sabine must have told you about their debts to us, but that was an agreement entered into willingly, which benefited them greatly. I'll be honest with you, Sleeper, I was never comfortable with having Sabine as part of the Yadigan. An ex-corporate employee goes against our nature, but their deal was with Yannick. I kept my distance, made sure Sabine had their surgery, kept it supplied, that was all. But I cannot allow people to go back on the promises they have made to us. Yadigan has not lasted this long because it is a charity. We offer and ask for support. Any betrayal will be treated as an attack. I have sold so much of their data to the police. I'm in trouble. They were trapped, desperate. Many on the IR, Sleeper. I'm sorry, but we must ask that our debts are paid in full. I don't trust any of you. Rabiah sighs. That is your right. I only wish to explain our actions, to speak for Yadigan. You realize that Rabiah has led you in a loop, and together you both come back up a staircase to the walkway where you met. You're free to go, Sleeper. I have said what I wish to say. She looks out through the windows of the walkway. I would protect this place with my life, as it has protected me. I want to make that clear. She turns back. However, if you too wish to come under its protection, I can help you. Return here if you wish, and there will be tasks for you to complete. You will be able to see Yadigan, to see the low end, with your own eyes, not as others frame us. As for Sabine, she pauses to consider her words. I will not ask you to betray them, but if they contact you again, consider their motivations carefully. It's probably a good point, though. With that, Rabiah leaves, slipping back into her office, while you stare out at the countless units, each a home, each with a story that make up the low end. Interesting. New drive. Wonder how many possible endings there are? I don't know. Yeah. That's a good question. I don't know. All right, let's toggle that tracking off. I still don't know where I'm supposed to get these Griot caps. I gotta figure that part out. Okay. I have no dice left, so I think we gotta go ahead and end now, which we're gonna do anyway before we finish that. Can't wait for Nod to get the bad ending. I mean, if you're taking bets, that would be a safe bet to take. Wow. I was outside yesterday with Zeke. We were playing on the swings. I was pushing him on the swings, and I got bit up by a mosquito. I had the biggest one like right here. And so instead of just scratching it like I normally would do, I went and put some cream on it. Some, what is it called? I almost said Preparation H. No, it wasn't Preparation H. The cortisone or whatever it is. And that did stop the itching, and I didn't itch at it, and now it's like gone. Isn't that amazing? Instead of like leaving like some kind of scar because I scratched it so much. Isn't it amazing what happens when you do what you're supposed to do? All right, we got full on. Ooh. Still waiting for that guy. Let's go ahead and eat. Let's order some fungus. Sinstagram is a whole minute delay. Sinstagram? Who taught Bebo about Sinstagram? Is that just like the dark side of Instagram? Is that what's happening? How much is this again? 150 cryo. No, thank you. The wonders of medicine. Wait, is it a real thing? I don't think it's a real thing. I think I just heard people call Instagram Sinstagram because of the gross stuff that you can find on it. Instagram can get kind of unhinged. It's odd. This is Nonder. Hello. Good morning. Good morning, my lady. My lady. I don't like that at all. I'm not gonna do that again. Let's see. Do we have, we have 100%. We're gonna use our 100% on this. Zeke and I are watching and cuddling. Hi, Zeke. Hi, buddy. That's so cute. Do this one again. All right, leave. I think maybe we can help him. We're gonna go babysit. We'll go babysit Mina. There might be a 25% chance that this will turn out negatively. Nice. Boom, we completed to take it out. Let's see what happens. He said, hi, Nani. Oh, come on. I'm your father, not Nani. The boy is watching non-stop cursing. Okay, I'll clean it up. She's asleep, whispers Lem, creeping back out of the unit's tiny bedroom, sliding the door shut as he does. You're perched at a thin bar in the main room, the slate in front of you still glowing with Mina and your drawings from a cycle spent together. There's a ring, the only world Mina has known, with stick figures standing around its edge. The tall one is you. Drink? Asked Lem, producing a worn-looking bottle of Griol from under the bar, its contents glowing amber in the fluorescent light. Sure, we're gonna have drinks together. Lem nods and glugs a few fingers into a couple of metal tumblers, then sits down with you at the bar. I like the glugs, because you can hear it. Glug, glug, glug. You can't say that. He's gonna barge in here. Cheers, he offers, and you clink the metal containers together. You know, we actually have something to celebrate this time around. Lem gives you a sideways look. I made the assembly team on the side reel. He grins broadly, clearly has been desperate to tell you all cycle. Amazing. Lem holds up his drink. Couldn't have done it without you keeping an eye on little Meanie back here. Lem shifts a little on his stool. He looks uncomfortable. How's our girl doing, Sleeper? Haven't seen much of her these past cycles. She misses her father. Lem looks away. Yeah, he says to no one in particular. The silence stretches out as Lem takes a drink. Oh boy, are you okay? He nods. I can't take all the credit for Mina. She isn't actually mine. What? Gazes off into the distance. I pulled her off a refugee shuttle out by one of Ember's moons. The colony was falling apart for decades after Solheim collapsed, surviving on next to nothing. Eventually, some of the residents tried to make it for the eye on these decrepit old shuttles. He sloshes a drink around in his tumbler. They had no idea what they were doing. The one Mina was on decompressed halfway here and everyone got spaced. The only reason she made it was someone sealed her in a weapon locker. She was ice cold when I reached her, purple lips. Oh geez. Once I picked her up, I wouldn't let go. The medics treated her with me, still clinging to her. He takes a drink, still not sure why. He reaches over and refills his cup. We weren't exactly anybody's heroes, you understand? We were private military, hired in by Conway to protect their claims in the collapse. But once I got Mina, that was it. I quit. Got us dumped here. You saved her? I'm gonna sound like an idiot now, but she saved me. That's the truth of it. He looks around the decaying unit, its stained plastic plating and flickering lights. Me, I bought her to this. She was tiny, too small to know what she lost, but I can't stop thinking about it. He rubs his eyes, dark with tiredness. What if our number doesn't come up on the draw, Sleeper? What then? The side reel will sail off without a thought, leaving us here. What kind of life is that for her? Stay silent. Sorry, I know you don't have it any better. He looks at his cup and pushes it away down the bar. This is a celebration, right? Both of us on the team now, both of us with a chance? Exactly. Imagine all three of us riding the sidereal horizon out of here to a new world. He looks into his glass for a moment. I think I drank this too fast. He laughs. Lem stands and starts to clear the glasses into the auto wash. I need some sleep, friend. Me too. There's only one bed here, too. It's Mirror Universe Instagram. Heading to prison. You all have a good day. Good luck on your shift. Knock, knock. All right, then. He catches your shoulder as you turn to leave. Thank you, Sleeper. I mean it, from both of us. He pats your shoulder and you slip away into the dark of the walkway with thoughts of little Mina in your mind. Oh, man. One upgrade point available. Let's see. Use scrap components at home to repair condition. That'd be kind of nice. Whoops, I right-clicked. Apparently right-click lets you go back. That's good to know. Should I spend this right now? Yeah, I'm gonna spend it on that cryo thing is really nice. Okay, right-click sends you right back. I could just do this with the mouse then. That's nice. That's nice. Okay, I got a 2 die left. Let's go out here and see if there's any data to grab. There it is. Fantastic. Data extracted. I've got a bunch of Haven Age data. I really hope I can find something to sell that. Why am I looking at this? I don't have any more. All right. That is it then. I'm gonna go to bed again. End the cycle. We're moving. I hope one of the endings I can get is just leaving with Lem and Mina on the ship. That's the ending that I want, if I'm being real. All right, leave. Let's see here. Can I make some more money? There's nobody at the wet dock. All right, let's keep working on this. Glue leave? Glue leave? Glue leave? Who glue left? Why does it look like I'm not centered on my screen anymore? I don't know how that happens. All right, here we go. Start action. Oh, so we can glue leave together? I get you. Glue leave together. Ooh, this is making me money too. A 50-50? Ah, yes. Yes. Who glue left? Wasn't me. Oops. Okay, right click. I gotta remember right clicking. That's why I've been hitting that escape button, because I feel like escape should take me back out. But it doesn't. But I can right click and go back out. That's great. I only have a 1 left, so let's go get data. Hopefully there's one here that needs a 1. Yes, let's go. Hack it. Ooh, and it's Yadigan. So we can go sell that. Let's go sell it to the cops. Here you go. Boom. 10 cryo. I'll take it. Ghost, I think for myself. Whoa, what is sentence? Oh, that's pretty funny. That's a great sentence, Bebo. Especially given the context of Ghost, you know? He's always teaching us bad stuff. Okay, I think that's it. That's all I got for today. We're ending the cycle. The days are much shorter now. We are fading. Do I go ahead and use it? I should probably use it right before I go to sleep if I'm gonna use it at all.
Oh shoot! Guys, I was supposed to go to work today.
Is it? Oh, geez.
I gotta go.
Oh, it's 7:39. I actually do have to go. Oh shoot! Let me finish this day up real quick. Well, hang on. Let me make sure I'm not about to trigger something. That one's almost done. The compressor club's almost done. I should probably just quit it here then, because I might launch into something long. Let's see, when did it? Last save 29 seconds ago. Perfect, good enough. Good enough. We're just gonna end it right there today, okay? There we go. Well, here we are again at another end. Another day, another dollar, another dime from Amazon Prime. I just came up with that just now. Another day, another dollar, another stream, another dime from Amazon Prime. Oh, I'm quoting that. I gotta put that somewhere. I gotta write that down. Hold on, notepad. This is gonna be my sign off from now on. Another stream, another dime from Amazon Prime. Oh, that's my catchphrase now. Don't you take it. Don't you steal it. I'm putting it on my desktop as a text file so that I'll definitely remember it. We've earned another dime from Amazon Prime. Put it in your good ideas folder. The one that I never look at. Yeah. That's the one. Well, everybody, listen. It's time to go. I do have work today. I get to kind of saunter in today, though, which is going to be kind of nice. Just kind of ease my way into the day. Pretty nice. I can send you over. We got a couple of different people on right now. Let's see. We have Banj still playing, doing his song request this morning, and playing Banj Latro, and also Lars with Affiliate Anniversary, playing Aisa Shadows of Silence. It's an affiliate anniversary. Let's do that. I want to start diversifying a little bit my raid targets. I've felt kind of bad lately about not like branching out a little bit more, and like raiding people that I don't normally raid, or just branching that out. Obviously, like in the mornings for Loots Magoots, like I know like 90% of you are going to be over there anyway, but diversifying on days like Saturdays and stuff like that might be nice. But let's go over to Lars. Should we use another dime from Amazon Prime? What do you think? Another stream? But they might take it, though. Another stream, another dime from Amazon Prime. The Club. The Club is here. How about like that? I'm just so proud of that. I don't know why I'm so proud of that. I said hi to you when I came in. Stream Ams, I hope your day goes awesome. Aw, that's so nice, guys. That's so nice. All right, I'm gonna let you go, and I'm gonna go get dressed, check my emails, get ready for work, and I hope you all have an absolutely wonderful day today. And go say congratulations for affiliate anniversary. And yeah, that's it. That's all I got. Club? No. Yes, welcome to the Club. In the Club, we all fam. In the Club, we all fam.